भाई कहाँ के रहने वाले आप?
मैं पटौदी से हूँ।
बढ़िया गया पेपर?
We are just starting. Aryan, just please hold on for a second. We are just starting.
ओके सर.
So, all right. Hello, everyone. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
जय हिंद सर.
Tanuj, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's begin. So, Jai Hind, everyone. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. I, on behalf of one of the fastest growing community, How to Crack SSB, led by visionary author Ujjwal Chugh sir, welcome you all in today's special episode. I know we are connecting a little bit late, but conducting this episode is the need of the hour, as lot of aspirants are getting channelized under How to Crack SSB, and we have introduced a transformational program which is helping lot of aspirants in getting their SSB recommendation. And the list of the aspirants continues to grow every day. The reason why this episode I have said that is special because generally you must have seen that in the episodes you must have seen experts sharing their opinions, sharing their experiences, their opinions about the exams and so many things. But today in this episode we have very young aspirants who have just recently given their NDA exam. So, as you all know, today the much awaited NDA exam took place in the 41 cities across the country. And all the aspirants and the viewers who are watching us, they are excited to know that how the level of the exam was. So we have Aryan Puri and Tanuj Rathi. Uh, they have given their NDA exams today. So let's quickly catch up with them and ask. So my first question to both of you is Aryan and Tanuj, that how was the NDA exam? Was it tough, very tough, easy, or very easy? So please, over to you, Aryan.
Jai to everyone. First of all, it was great that end exam was happening after 4 to 5 months, and the level of exam was pretty moderate. The math paper was quite lengthy, but not so much, and the questions were average, and some were difficult. And the second paper, which is the general ability test, it was a moderate paper with average questions, and the English section was quite easy compared to the previous year's paper.
Okay, so which attempt was this of yours, Aryan?
It was my second attempt, and it was also combined with the third attempt because two exams were happening together now. So that's why.
Okay, so according to you, the paper seems to be easy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so over to you, Tanuj. So according to you, what was the level of the exam, Tanuj?
So we can't say it hard. It was a moderate exam. Very tough math.
Okay,
The paper was quite lengthy. Means it took more than 2.5 hours to solve if one person starts solving. And if we talk about general ability test, the questions were way too easy. Just the person has revised the whole syllabus in about 6 months.
actually must be having some network issues. No problem. So Aryan, just wanted to know that the NDA exam, it comprises of two sections, and there is a general ability test, and the second remains mathematics. Now here I just wanted to ask about general ability test, that there for English comprises of 200 marks, right? So as you just said that the English section was easy when compared to the last year. So how can you say that it was easy, and what type of questions were there? Like if we compare it from the past years.
Okay, sir. Sir, if we compare it from the past years, that the options were given were of not were very easy words, and we use them in our everyday life. So it was easy to guess that which option is going according to the sentence. And antonym and synonym every year has been asked always a little difficult one. Plus,
Okay.
but this year they were actually very direct, which we use in our daily life. Some example were divorce, and another was educated. And the jumbled sentence were moderate, and the spotting the errors was quite difficult. In the whole English section, if we compare, spotting errors was the difficult one, and antonym synonym were easy, and jumbled sentences were moderate.
Okay. So what was the opinion of others? Like once you came out the after the once you came out the examination hall, so how did you find the response of the other candidates who appeared?
After GAT exam, everyone was saying that English was easy, and they have attempted around 40 35 questions in English, and which they are sure will be pretty
Okay.
much right. And physics, everyone was saying was quite easy, and the rest, those who have did geography was quite out of the box. Most important topics haven't been asked, and the questions from the topic which we weren't thinking that will ask, that came from there. And current affairs was of good
Okay.
level. Current affairs in GAT, the most difficult part was current affairs only.
Okay, the typical part was there.
Yes, sir.
But we hear like with the lot of candidates, and they prepare from the magazines and from lot of books, and GK especially for this general knowledge, they remain updated, like with the a lot of PDFs which regularly they get updated. So but how can you say, I'm not still clear that how can you say the level of questions in the current affairs were like they were tough?
Sir, actually, I'm a science student, so my approach was that if you can score maximum marks in physics and chemistry, it's very good because
Okay.
history, geography, polity are the vast subject. You cannot sure what UPSC can ask the question if you from that part only which you have studied. And same goes for me with current affairs. I didn't give much preference to current affairs because I know it's a so much of vast syllabus and I'm not sure of the question which we asked. But on the other side, physics and chemistry and biology chapters were sure that if I did these much chapter, I will be able to score this much marks. So that's why my approach was little different.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Aaron. Okay, over to you, Tanuj. I think you have now strong internet connection. So just over to you, Tanuj. So according to you, what was the level of the exam? Because we have heard few of the candidates telling that this time the exam was little bit tough. So according to you, how it was?
So according to me, it was moderate because if we start solving these questions, like let's talk about math first. The questions were easy, some were hard, and all almost 10 to 20 questions were hard because
Okay,
I'm studying now in 12th. So some of chapters I have
okay,
not covered. So some part was hard. And
okay,
like we talk about the other questions, like we have 120 questions. So almost 50 questions were easy. We can say that half part was easy.
okay. So
And
that means you
then we
are
come
not
to
okay.
yes, sir. This was my
You
first
found it
attempt.
moderate because, yeah, you found moderate. Yeah, this was the first attempt, and you found it moderate. Reason being,
Yes, sir.
you have like not covered the syllabus fully, right? This could be the case. Okay,
Yes, sir.
no issues. So, yeah. So my next question to Mr. Aryan Puri. Aryan, uh, though the paper, as you said, that it's easy, but wanted to know which book has helped you a lot in preparing for this NDA exam, due to which you can say and you were able to attempt all the questions, the maximum questions.
For math, I think basic NCRT and a supplementary book
Okay,
which can be R.S. Agarwal or any or Pathfinder also for practice questions is enough. For the GAT
okay,
part, I joined an academy, so I used to study from there only, and only
okay.
history
What
and
is
geography.
the name? What is the name of the academy from where you were taking the coaching?
So it's an online platform, an academy, where there are many teachers
Okay,
and you can choose your teacher and study from them. And as I told you earlier also that I'm from a science background, so physics, chemistry, I just have to revise my 11th and 12th notes, and that was much it.
okay. So you have told me about the English and the under the GAT. You have told me about your physics, chemistry. How was the history and the history section, especially since you are a science student? So did you find it difficult attempting the questions of history?
But as I told you that I joined an academy and I joined it in the month of June only. And the teachers
Okay,
there was the top faculty of India. And as if we analyze the previous year paper, we will realize that out of whole history, if 12 to 15 questions are asked, 6 to 7 questions are asked from modern history and very few
okay,
questions are asked from ancient and medieval history, which is way larger than modern. So I focus only
okay,
on modern history, and in geography,
okay,
the ratio is similar in world geography and Indian geography. But Indian geography is so much vast that you cannot memorize all the name of dams, lakes, and all that. So my focus was on history and modern history I covered from an academy and the questions in the paper were pretty good but as I've joined an academy 3 months before the exam so it was easy for me and geography part I was able to attend 30 to 40% of the total geography part because
that
I think geography is a really vast subject and I had just given readings on it because I was sure that I will be able to score in physics and chemistry there.
that's great that if the books have helped and if you could really attempt. So my next question to Tanush. Tanush, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible to you? All right.
Yes, sir.
So Tanuj, just wanted to my next question is for you that do you feel that the mock tests they are necessary, and if yes, then how far did they help you in appearing this exam, the NDA exam?
Sir, I would say somewhere they are way too necessary
Okay,
because
so did
they
you?
gives us confidence. Yes, sir.
Okay,
I did them.
okay. And like must have, because the candidates, they basically when they appear for any of the exams, so they generally they have a tendency to look back and they really scrounge and they really look for the last year's papers, and they really look for
Yes, sir.
questions. So was there any repetition of the questions in this in the exam of today's? Were the questions repeating in today's paper? Must be a network issue. So over to you, Aryan. Yes, can you please answer this question?
I think might be one or two questions will be repeating only, and that too will be not from the few previous year, like not from 16, 17, 18, 19 paper. It might be from 2004, 5 paper. But the
The last
previous year,
10 year, 10 year. Yeah.
yes, but previous years are important because it helps us to analyze the pattern in which UPSC is asking questions. So in the exam also, we can also sometimes we can do questions by eliminating the options also. So that's
Okay.
the role of the previous year in the exam.
Okay. That's great. So Tanuj, did you go for any coaching since you are in 12th standard and that it was your first attempt? So obviously to give a full try and to give the 100%, you must have really looked forward for some coaching or mentorship. So what will you say for this?
Sir, I cleared my basic through NCRT and then practiced for
Okay.
previous year exams, 14-year previous papers. And
Okay.
then, as you said,
Okay.
mock tests, they helped me a lot. And the other
Okay.
books, they guided me, like R.S. Agarwal, R.D. Sharma for
Okay.
maths.
Okay. Okay. So, just my next question to Aryan is, how was your overall experience of writing this exam, like for this 2.5 and 2.5 hours?
My overall experience was great. As we all have been stuck in our houses and preparing for the exam for last 6 months. So
Mhm.
uh, just I just want to give myself the reward that I did the hard work the previous month. So it was
Mhm.
fine experience.
Okay, and for you, Tanij, how was your overall
Sir,
experience?
it was my first experience to give NDA exam. Sir, I can't sit 3 hours at same place because sir, I
Okay,
keep on roaming. But this time, I don't feel that I gave my exam for 5 years sitting at one place. It was interesting
okay,
for me. I
so
enjoyed it.
okay, you enjoyed. That's great.
Yes, sir.
That's great that if you enjoyed. So, Anand, how much confident you are that you will score well and you'll make through? You'll be through with this exam.
But right now I'm not sure, but at the answer key will arrive. I will cross check my math, and I'm sure 70 to 80% that I will score more than the previous year's cutoff.
Okay, and over to you, Tanuj. So, what about you? Will you make? Will you be able
Uh,
to
yes,
through
sir.
this exam?
Sir, I can't make you sure, but as per the answer key reveals, I will cross check my questions and will let you know. But I'm 50% sure that I did it.
Okay, okay, that means you have done well. Okay, that shows that
Yes, sir.
if you are confident enough, so obviously you must have appeared and you must have done well, as you are saying that it's easy. So, Aryan, a lot of aspirants and they are watching and they will watch this video especially. So, especially the NDA aspirants. So, what is the piece of advice you would like to give to all of them?
Okay. So I would like to give advice that don't focus much on one part only. Like many many candidates try to, if they are scoring a certain amount of marks in physics, that physics consists of 80 marks, and if they are able to score 40 to 50, and then if they want to jump from 50 to 70, in that amount of hard work they can score 40 marks in any other subject, let's say chemistry. So my advice will be that do the easy portion of all the subjects. Let it say physics
True.
and
Right.
chemistry. Most of the candidates appearing are from science background. So physics and
Yeah.
chemistry is easy for them. So they can
True.
go
Very
for modern history and a little bit of important part of geography and polity.
okay.
So it will
Okay.
help them to score very easily, because English, as everyone can score around 30 to 35 questions, because we have been studying English since long time. So my advice basically is, for GAT part, first give the preference to all the easy part, and for math, I think you should be able to mark some chapters that you are sure that these much chapter, if any questions come, I can overcome them and I can solve each of them. So 8 to 10 chapters will be that which will help you to clear the cutoff. Then you can
Okay.
add some chapters so increase your score.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Definitely, this advice will help lot many aspirants who are watching us. And last but not the least, the few questions I have cooked up and that I have already put up to both of you. But Tanuj, as we are seeing him, he has appeared for the first time. So, my last question to Tanuj is that, Tanuj, what was the biggest fear? Though you must have prepared well, but still, before appearing, what was the biggest fear you were having in your mind that this can happen in the exam? Can you please tell us?
Sir, actually, I was not fear. I would rather say this.
Okay, so you are not having the clarity.
Sir, I was clear that I have to give exam. I have prepared well, so I have just to
Okay.
give exam with presence of mind,
Mm-hmm.
because I was clear that I want to join Indian Armed Forces. So I was way
Okay.
clear to give my exam. So
Okay.
when clarity comes, confidence automatically comes.
That's great. That's great. You have rightly said. Okay.
Yes.
So, friends, it seems that the exam was easy as per their feedback, which further gives us this signal that the cutoff will definitely soar high if the exam was easy. And thereafter, the candidates will face one of the best assessment program, which we all know is that is SSB. And we really wish to both of them that they will clear their written exam, and as they are very confident enough on clearing this written exam, they both will appear in SSB, for which are lot of aspirants are there in the SSB recommendation blueprint journey. So stay connected. Thank you all for joining live. We will see you again for more profound analysis of examinations. And just go forward, subscribe to the channel, press bell icon, and see you in the next video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Jain sir.